Hey folks, James Abrenio coming to you. I am a local lawyer and a resident of Northern Virginia. And if you're anything like me, over the last 10 years, you've grown pretty concerned about what's happening over in Washington across the river. What I found in my own life is when I focus on the local, when I focus on the community around me, I find a lot more hope for the future. And so with that, I'm starting a little project to harness my anxiety. I'm starting a YouTube channel called JamesPod, and you can find it at www.jamespod.com. When you get a chance, make sure to navigate over to YouTube, like, and subscribe. On there, I'm hoping to focus and talk with local leaders about local issues that are going to impact Northern Virginia and our Commonwealth. A couple interviews I've already got set up. Liz White from Upvote Virginia. She's going to be talking about ranked choice voting. If you're paying attention to what's happened up in New York City, ranked choice voting had some impact on that election. What we're going to talk about is what is it? How does it work? Why is it so confusing? How do you understand it a little bit better? And should we be using it more here in Virginia? Because I understand there's a few counties, including Arlington, that are actively using it. Also, I hope to have on the Honorable Chris Falcon, clerk of our local Fairfax County Circuit Court. He's going to be talking about a local expungement clinic that's going to be put on by the court as well as local organizations. And we'll hopefully get some word out about that and maybe get a few more people than would have otherwise gone. Also, I'm sure we're going to be talking about the big changes in Virginia expungement law and how the clerk's office is accounting for that and what's going to happen on the back end and what does that look like on the back end. A few topics that I'm interested in discussing, but I still have some research to do and hopefully folks to talk with. And so if these may be in your areas of expertise, reach out. As we all know, the big, beautiful bill recently passed. I was talking with a colleague on the other side of the aisle, and when I mentioned concerns about Medicaid cuts, he essentially said something to the effect of, well, James, those are just Democratic talking points. I would like to talk to somebody that can tell us about how logistically the Medicaid cuts may happen here in Virginia. How does the money flow from the feds to the state? And why is there concern about Medicaid cuts? And why do we think that's going to happen here in Virginia? And if it does, what will ultimately happen? Another issue that recently came up, if you are an Arlington resident, you probably saw the Court of Appeals first overturn the circuit court there when it came to a missing middle ordinance passed by your local board of supervisors. It then went up on appeal to the Court of Appeals, who reversed the circuit court, and apparently now the circuit court has reversed itself. If you are a Democrat, you're probably aware that housing is a huge issue, and the missing middle ordinance was, at least locally, an effort, I think, to address that in a specific way. I'm looking for folks to come on and talk about that because it's an issue that I'd like to understand a lot more. And I think not only Arlington residents, but other residents in Northern Virginia would like to get a better sense of. So if you are a local leader that you have an issue that you think needs attention and you want a nuanced discussion about it, let's say you're running for local office. Let's say your board of supervisors, your school board, your House of Delegates. Of course, anybody, statewide elections are welcome as well. But you want to tell your story. You'll find an audience here. Can't guarantee how big it'll be, but you'll find at least me listening. If you have a local service opportunity or an event that you think is going to help the community, I want to help you get the word out the best way I know how. Recently, I did a quick video about a mobile shower unit here in Fairfax County that I thought was a great effort. Things like that, I want to make sure that we're doing our best, at least through this channel, to try to get the word out. So I want to be clear, though. I'm posting this video on Facebook, LinkedIn, and other outlets. My goal is not to inundate folks that are not interested with these kinds of discussions or can be turned off by political talk, even at the local level. So I don't intend to constantly post on Facebook and LinkedIn and other outlets. It really is a YouTube center channel. So I'd ask you to go over there to like and subscribe, especially if you're a YouTube consumer. Occasionally, I may post something I think is useful to my friends and family's list on LinkedIn and Facebook. But don't worry, I'm not going to be burning your ears in that regard. So look, This is a side project for me. For you that know me personally, you know that I run a pretty busy practice in Northern Virginia with my wife. We also just welcome in a beautiful, healthy baby girl into the world. It's our second, so we're pretty busy. So my goal here is to post maybe once or twice a month. It is completely self-funded. It is completely a hobby project. So bear with me. But if you're interested, you can send an email to james.abrenio@gmail.com. And maybe if this thing gets a bit more traction, then I'll set up a fancy website. But otherwise, reach out. And like I said, at the very least, like and subscribe. And hopefully we can get a few more eyeballs. No guarantees, but a few more eyeballs on your stories and efforts. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your Sunday.